Are you like me? Do you remember playing with Velcro as a child? Just that satisfying sound you would make as the hooks and loops coming together and coming apart? Well, you have a hunting trip in the Swiss Alps to thank for this ingenious invention. Today's episode, Velcro. Hey there, friends. This is Dennis Geelen, author of the Happy Accidents newsletter and the book, The Accidental Solopreneur. Welcome to another episode of the Happy Accidents podcast, where we dive into true stories of wildly successful people, products, or businesses, all of which can trace their success back to a chance encounter, a serendipitous event, or a fluke invention. In each episode, we unravel the tales of unexpected triumphs and the remarkable journeys that led to their incredible success. I'm on a mission to explore the fascinating world of happy accidents, and I'm thrilled to have you along for the ride. So, why should you tune in? Well, besides the entertainment value of these incredible stories, there's a hidden treasure trove of lessons we can learn from them. Whether you're an entrepreneur, a creative mind, or simply someone who enjoys a good narrative, this podcast is your go-to source for inspiring stories and valuable insights. Get ready for a roller coaster of surprises, a dash of luck, and a sprinkle of wisdom. This is the Happy Accidents podcast, where success meets serendipity. Let's jump into today's adventure. All right, so another happy accident story to dive into here. This week we're looking at the accidental story of Velcro and how this was invented. Just love stories like this. In this case, it's just somebody paying attention and to natural things in nature around them. So this story comes to us from a hunting trip by a Swiss engineer by the name of George de Mestral. So he was out walking in the Swiss Alps when he notices all these burrs from the burdock plant sticking to his dog's fur. So, being a naturally curious person, George is intrigued by the way the small hooks on these burrs caught on the fibers of the fur of his dog. So, he decided, could I recreate this concept? Could I take this idea that's coming from nature and can I create a fastener that works like this? And that's exactly what happened. Velcro was born just from him noticing, being curious, and then taking it upon himself to recreate this idea. So what De Mastral, sorry, he wove loops of cotton into a piece of cloth and then he cut the loops to create hooks. See if you can get a mental picture of that in your mind for a second. He wove loops of cotton into a piece of cloth and then he cut the loops to create hooks. He then attached the hooks to another piece of cloth with the loops and voila! The two pieces of cloth securely hooked, interlocked together, forming a fastener that could easily be opened and closed. Strong enough to hold some stuff together, but easy enough to pull apart. Who would have thought that just a simple walk in the Alps could lead to such a revolutionary invention? I just love the idea of this. It's so simple. It's just really taking notice of the things around you and then being curious, like, what's nature already doing that we can borrow from? Can I recreate something that's already happening in nature? God has created this amazing thing that's already serving a purpose. Can I recreate that to serve another purpose, maybe a bigger purpose or larger industrial things? Velcro is a wildly successful, wildly used product, all from this happy accident, just somebody taking notice. In fact, today, Velcro is used in a variety of applications, from clothing and footwear to space exploration. And whatever happened to George Del Mastro? Well, he's remembered as the creative genius who changed the course of modern history with his love for nature and curiosity. So, the next time you hear that satisfying sound of Velcro coming apart, remember the hunting trip in the Swiss Alps that made it all possible. What are some fun facts that we can dive into about Velcro? Well, the name itself is one. The name Velcro is actually a combination of the words velvet and crochet. Makes sense. Velcro. Velcro is still widely used by NASA today and can be found on spacesuits in the International Space Station and on various equipment and tools used by astronauts. The hooks and loops on Velcro can support up to 90 pounds, making it a strong and durable fastener. The sound of Velcro being opened and closed is so distinctive that it's been used in many movies and TV shows as a sound effect. Everybody instantly recognizes that sound. Okay, what are some lessons we can take away from this incredible story? I've got 5 of them here. 5 quick lessons we can pull from this amazing story of Velcro. Lesson number 1, observe and learn from nature. George de Mestral was inspired by the way burrs from the burdock plant stuck to his dog's fur. What other things can you observe in nature and replicate to serve a purpose in your own life? Lesson number 2, stay curious. Del Mastro's curiosity about the way burrs stuck to his dog's fur sparked his imagination and led him to develop Velcro. Another lesson, persevere through failures. Velcro was not an instant success. Del Mastro initially struggled to manufacture Velcro on a large scale and had to convince others of its potential. However, he did persevere and eventually succeeded. Lesson number 4, look beyond conventional solutions. Velcro offered a new and unconventional solution to the problem of fastening things. Del Mastro looked beyond conventional solutions and created something fully innovative. In the beginning, if it's very new, if it's very different, people are going to say you're crazy. I'm sure when he first came up with the idea of Velcro, they probably looked at him like he had 2 heads. And now look at it. It's used around the world. It's used by NASA in all kinds of different applications. And lesson number 5, embrace change. Del Mastro was open to new ideas and was willing to change his approach when necessary. This allowed him to keep refining his invention until it became the success we know of it today. So there you have it, the accidental story of Velcro. Hey, thanks for tuning into the Happy Accidents podcast. I hope you find these stories as intriguing and insightful as I do, but make sure you don't miss an episode. You can subscribe to my Accidental Solopreneur channel on YouTube and watch these episodes in video form, or subscribe to the Happy Accidents podcast on Apple and Spotify for your listening pleasure. Until next time, stay lucky, my friends.